cornerstone. What a people. We always live by the sea. They say.
So welcome to episode 3 of I See You, Marists in Oceania. And today we have Leigh and Abraham joining us. And we'll start with our first question. Leigh, where do you call home?
Currently, I live in Canberra, which is the capital city of Australia.
Abraham, where do you call home?
St. Joseph's Tenero is my home now for 15 years. The longest school I ever spent my teaching life.
What would you say brings you joy, and how would you describe that as a passion?
I get a lot of joy from my family and my children and my friends. I think particularly my children, seeing them grow and develop into wonderful young people, and also working in schools. I really love getting to watch children grow up and young people kind of explore the world and become the humans and grown-ups that they're going to be. And I love getting to be a part of that and to assist them on their journey as they grow.
My joy and passion is in my family, as stated by Leigh. But one of the most important things that gives joy to me is journey with young people, especially the students, and seeing them being successful in life, becoming another person, very good citizens in the country.
I can see the combination of answers there. It's about our people, it's about relationships. And while we're talking about people, Leigh, where would you say your first experience was with the Marists?
And so I became aware of the Marist brothers and the Marist school when I moved to Canberra, and knew that their kind of beliefs and supporting of children and education and sport was very similar.
Being a former student of St. Joseph's Tenero back in 1985, that's when I first had a contact with the Marist brothers. And yeah, I journeyed with them as a student, and now I'm back to their school as a teacher.
While we're talking about belonging and being part of places, Leigh, where would you say you find belonging as a Marist right now?
In many places, actually. So I find belonging at school, and I was very welcome to the school when I moved there a couple of years ago to work. But things like this, where there's other Marist schools around the world and other Marist staff, and even ex-students and Marist old boys, when they speak to me in my role at school, I still feel like I belong to part of that larger community, definitely.
My sense of belonging as a Marist began in the school as a student myself, and then later on the years when I become the teacher at the school, my relationship with the Marist and the charism of Marist within myself actually continue to grow, and yeah, it helps me a lot to become a very, very good and committed teacher.
So Leigh, what does the lay Marist vocation mean to you as someone who's just recently become part of this community here in Canberra?
Personally, it is that being drawn to a vocation or a pathway where you're helping others and supporting others, and particularly in education and youth. So personally, with my background in education and working in schools and working in countries in marginalised communities as well, I'm very passionate about following that pathway to help children and provide them with education as well as spirituality to support them and help them and build their futures. So I kind of feel like it's something you're drawn to, and it's a pathway that you're led along, whether it's deliberately or not, but it's something that kind of draws you in that direction.
It's a cooperation between lay people and Marist brothers, and yeah, the fact that the Marist Institute is challenged by a lot of things, I think it's now time for the Marist brothers to actually work with the lay people, and I'm very fortunate to be part of this journey, especially in continuous formation of the students in preparation for real life situation when they go out to get a job or whatsoever.
So Leigh, what object or symbol did you bring today that is special to you as a Marist?
And I managed to find myself a little love heart, and the reason that I wanted this was because it being in the community for the last few years, it's a really powerful thing that I've noticed. And with the, Marsland's beliefs of loving them all and loving them all equally. And I think that's a powerful thing that I've really taken away, that love of growth of students, love of formation, love of education.
That sunglass that I'm wearing, I choose this because as a Marist, we need to have eyes to see, especially the unfortunate ones, the marginalised, that they need to move up with their, excel in their lives so that they have something they will base on in the future. So it is very important that we must have eyes or glasses that we use to see the students who are in need of our help in our formation. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Abraham. And thank you to both of you, Leigh and Abraham, for your time today for our episode of I See You. And I think that's a nice way to go out on, that we must see all those young people in our care and that we go and support them in their faith journey as well. So we'll see you next time.